All of your personal data could easily be on the internet right now and you wouldn't have a clue. But there would be signs. Random spam emails, random phone calls. And genuinely, when you're getting that shit, you're at risk. In boxing terms, your chin's wide open, your guard's low. In football terms, it's an open goal. Where's the centre-backs? Where's the goalkeeper? Well, I'll tell you where. Incognito. This is your line of protection against these data brokers who are out there online, stealing your information and selling it on the internet. And what Incognito does is it acts as your personal security team to go out there and to stop it from happening and to keep you secure. Because unfortunately, this can get really serious where people take bank cards out in people's names. It's a very dark place, the internet. And Incognito is super easy to use. You just create an account, tell them whose data specifically you want removed from the internet, and boom, they're on it. And the beauty is it's 30 days risk-free. So if you try it and it's not for you, you can get a full refund. So if you want to sleep better at night knowing that you're not going to be a victim of any of this stuff, go to incognito.com/paingame and you'll get a massive 60% off your annual plan. It's a great price for you and your family's safety. And also when you do it, you're helping us pay for the content, and I really appreciate everyone who signs up. It's not been easy for Tom Aspinall the last couple of years. You know, he worked his balls off, won the interim title against one of the hardest hitters in the division, and then he's waiting around for Jon Jones for a whole year, over a year. Career on hold. Despite the fact that he told everyone, look, this guy ain't going to fight me. He's going to retire before he'll fight me. So you might as well just give me the title now. But unfortunately, the UFC, they wanted to believe that their GOAT was the man that they bigged him up to be, and they were wrong. And after working his whole life to become UFC heavyweight champion, this was the way it was announced.
Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
All right, Dana, calm down. Don't get too excited. And that was in the middle of the night in some random-ass UFC press conference. No ceremony, no celebration, no congratulations, Tom. We've got the best young fighter in the world. It was as if no one gave a fuck from the UFC. It was so bad. And I get Dana was pissed because he'd been made to look a fool by Jon Jones. But that was never Tom Aspinall's fault. Tom just wanted to fight the best guy he possibly could. And you'd think MMA fans would love that. There's a fighter who's trying to fight the best, wants to win the title, wants to defend the title and be an active heavyweight champion, something we've not had in God knows how long in the UFC. But no, because Jon Jones weirdly has a lot of fans who want to see him protected and not get his chin smashed to bits, they supported the guy who ran away from the fight and trashed Tom consistently. What a weird fan base we're looking at. And then when Tom Aspinall finally did get to defend his title, this happened. The double eye poke from Cyril Gane. I mean, knuckle deep into both eyes, deliberately cheating. And you know he was cheating because it wasn't one eye but two, and it wasn't just one eye poke one time in the fight. He did it several times in the fight. Just such a brutal eye poke, and there's no way he could have continued there. I mean, could he have continued? He would have just been literally like walking around the octagon like that. I know fighters don't get a lot of credit for their brains, but you'd have to be a real moron to go, yeah, fuck it. Let's just swing and see. What is this? Pin the tail on the fucking donkey like. It's a fucking heavyweight title fight in MMA. We're not swinging for pinatas. We're trying to fight for our lives in this cage here. And people are like, yeah, he quit. He quit. Fucking hell. And of course, Jon Jones and his wave of hair has finally piped up and been like, see? It was never that good.
When Tom gets hurt, it's like he's like immediately incapacitated. Immediately.
He shut down.
I can't even make a cup of coffee without being able to see, let alone fight a fucking heavyweight title contender. If I get someone who goes like that right into my fucking eyes, no matter what I'm trying to do at the time, I'm incapacitated. Eyesight's pretty key in life, I've found. So yeah, when you lose it, you're generally incapacitated.
He poked my eye and then he's like immediately, there was no like...
He never tried to look. It was a rag on the eye immediately.
He never even tried to look. He never even tried. Do you know what I mean? You're not even trying really, are you? What do you want me to do in order to try to see when the inside of my eyeball, the images that are supposed to be being sent back into my brain, there's some sort of disconnect right now. I can't fucking see, mate. I'd love to be able to. I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying. But unfortunately, there's no magic wand that can just fucking sort this shit out.
Same thing with Curtis Blaze. When he hurt his knee, there was no limping. There was no trying to get up. It was just like immediately.
The coping right now. This is the desperation of a man who feels so inferior to another man that you're pointing to potentially 2 career-ending injuries and like didn't even try and continue. What are you on? So here is the injury that he sustained with his leg here against Curtis Blades. You see, he immediately knows his knee is fucked. He knows it's gone immediately. When your knee is that bad, and by the way, he was out for months and months and months. It wasn't like the going was getting tough. He just started fighting. There was no reason for him to stop fighting or quit or whatever. He knew, as a lot of fighters do, when you get such a serious injury, this is it. I can't fucking move here. And the clutching and desperation from Jon Jones to point to this and say that this somehow makes Tom Aspinall a quitter. It's embarrassing, and it's even more embarrassing when you yourself, you're a professional fighter. You should know a thing or two about fighters getting injured. And he does know that both of these injuries were incredibly serious, and we'll get on to how serious. And he just feels so embarrassed that he turned down the biggest paycheck ever offered to a UFC fighter in the history of the company to fight this man. You, a professional fighter who gets paid to fight, refused the biggest paycheck possible because you knew this guy is going to fucking starch me. He is all wrong for me. Jon Jones is so slow on the feet. He knew this was a suicide mission. So instead, he took tail and ran and did a fake retirement to avoid this fight, and then just sits bitching about him in every single interview. It's bad enough that you bottled it, well and truly, but to then sit and talk about him, you have no right to mention this guy again because you didn't show up, man. He signed to fight you. You didn't sign to fight him. You tapped out. That's the biggest quit in the history of the UFC. When the supposed GOAT won't even show up for a fight, that's the biggest bitch move in UFC history. So you got no room to fucking talk, mate. Embarrassing. If I was you, I would never mention his name ever again, mate. Because you don't want people to remember that the GOAT wouldn't even show up, man.
My village, I can't go on. Like,
he doesn't have the dog in him. Yeah, that kill or be killed.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't have the kill or be killed, does he? His finishes are the fastest finishes we've ever seen consecutively. Just not a killer.
Immediately quits.
He immediately quits. I mean, he is unable to continue when he has 2 of the worst possible injuries an MMA fighter can ever have. Yeah. He can't continue. Believe me, I'm happy to call out a fighter if they're fucking like, giving up in there or whatever. That ain't what happened at all, man. Come on. And Jon Jones knows it, which is what makes this even more tragic. Like, are you going to be talking about this guy when you're like 60 years? He probably will be, because his achievements or all that he has in life, like it's very clear that he can't just like pat another guy on the back. He's got to hold this grudge so badly. It's pathetic.
I noticed the profile pic change, and then you had some on your horse too, similar.
Yeah,
what's with
I'm just having fun.
You having fun with the eye patches?
I'm having fun with it.
Yeah, we're having fun with the fact that you rejected $30 million because, he's such a quitter, and yet you rejected $30 million, my guy. You're a fucking idiot. If he's a quitter, why reject $30 million? There's a $30 million question. Because you're a quitter. You wouldn't even get in there to find out, can I take this guy? You didn't even want to know, because just watching him was enough for you. You already knew. And then Jon, being the grown-up that he is, goes and changes his profile picture to a little duck with a little eye patch on. I don't know what is that supposed to be funny? I mean, you're the biggest duck in UFC history. Like, you're trying to make light of what you are, but you are.
There probably will be a lot more interest in the rematch after they saw, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. So
didn't want to. Pretty sure he wanted to, but he couldn't say a fucking thing. And look, Tom has been quite quiet since all of this has been going on, obviously getting treatment on his eye and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. I've known behind the scenes for a little while that, like, things aren't good. When everyone's giving him a hard time online, I'm like, this is a real disgrace. But he's come out, he's done a YouTube video. We're going to react to it.
How is your eye?
Yeah, the eye, well, both eyes, but especially the right eye, still ongoing. We are going to stick the diagnosis from the doctor on this video. It's also available on Instagram if you want to check it out. Look.
So this is the medical report here. Now, let's bear in mind that this fight happened in October. We're now in December, and his eyes still aren't okay. So everyone acting like he was just faking injury and he could have just gone on with it. We're fucking over a month down the road. He's still not seeing properly. If you look at that and you hear that and you go, he still quit, you just believe whatever you want, you fucking idiot. Now, there's a few things in here. Mr. Aspinall sustained significant significant bilateral ocular trauma. Obviously, to us lot, we're like, well, what does that mean then? It is an injury to both eyes, which is rare, but can be severe and lead to poor outcomes. We're talking about things here that are often caused by road traffic collisions or blast injuries. Things like explosions and landmine incidents often cause these. Are you listening to the severity of what usually causes these injuries? War, huge fucking car collisions, and obviously that can sometimes lead to a complete loss of vision. This is fucking serious shit, you know. And I mean, it goes on here, and the outcome is often poor due to the severity of the injuries. I mean, it's fucking horrendous what he's going through. It goes on to say that he's got, you know, bilateral traumatic Brown syndrome, and a few other long words that sound really fucking bad. The way this has been minimized by MMA fans, it's embarrassing.
There'll be haters out there disagreeing with it or whatever. All the eye experts out there, I'm sure, will have their own opinion, but this is what's going on.
And it's funny he says that, because I've already seen people online like trying to make out like this is a fake and he's paid some doctor. It's because it's not an NHS approved fucking medical certificate. Bro, do you know how long a waiting list is in the NHS? This country is fucked right now. If you want to know more about that, you can go over to my main channel. You have to go private sometimes with things like this to fucking get the actual treatment in a timely fashion. No wonder he hasn't gone on the NHS.
What did you feel when you first got eye poked?
Well, I actually got eye poked twice in the fight. First one wasn't too bad. He got warned for it. The second one, obviously, Gane tried to make my head a bowling ball with the double eye poke, knuckle deep in both. So yeah, wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's good that he's still got his fucking sense of humour, like, fuck me. And let's be real here, he said 2 eye pokes. Gane tried to eye poke him like 6 fucking times in that one round. Anytime Aspinall came near him, the fucking cheating coward.
I felt like the first half of the round, you know, he caught me a couple of times with a couple of jabs, couple of leg kicks, but towards the back end of the round, I was putting him in a couple of dangerous spots.
A lot of people really misread that fight. And again, it's because of what people want to believe, right? A, we've never seen Tom Aspinall ever have anyone just even move around with him for very long before going unconscious. So the minute someone is still standing after a few minutes, you're like, fucking hell, you're doing well. And people naturally will then overestimate the achievement of the fighter who's actually surviving in there. But when you know what the fuck you're actually watching in that fight, when you look at that first round, it is very obvious that the foot speed of Gane is keeping him at range, and he's got a quick jab, and he's running away, and he's getting his jab off, and he's doing the clever thing against a power puncher. And Tom took a couple of jabs to the nose. Well done. Well done, you. Is Tom Aspinall going to get fucking knocked out and finished by a jab? Is he? Fuck, mate. It's going to take a lot more than that. And as the round went on, and this is in round 1, not in round 4, we see Gane already slowing down. And when he slows down, and Tom is catching up to him. And Tom isn't just landing jabs back, is he? He's landing the fucking right hand, man. And we already know not many people can take many of them. And yes, he may take a shot in the process, which he admitted was part of the game plan, not a problem. Because when I connect, it's going to hit a lot fucking harder. And that was why the eye poke started coming out more and more. Because Cyril feels the threat. He feels the pressure in there. It was very obvious what was going on. And it's funny because I heard Jon Jones' version of events. Again, just total fucking fiction.
He couldn't touch Gane at all. That's the way I felt. I felt like Gane was just getting warmed up. Gane's hands was down. He was shaking his shoulders, bouncing around.
He was touching him. He was touching him.
The reason Gane's hands were down is because he wasn't in range. How are you winning a fight if you're not in range? He was doing everything he could to stay out of range. This idea about Gane just getting warmed up, no, he was getting too warm. He was tiring out. And you look at the distance, it's getting closer and closer and closer. And Gane's legs are getting slower and slower. This fight only ends one way, man. And people will find that out in the rematch. If it ever happens, God willing, if Tom Aspinall's eyes ever recover from this cheating piece of shit.
When it initially happened, I didn't really think much of it. I thought, accidental eye poke, whatever. Look, when I watched the fight back, that's when I really got the gist of what's going on. The guy was trying to poke my eyes out all the way through that round. Multiple exchanges, nearly every exchange that I could put him in danger. He had his fingers out pointing towards my eyes.
Exactly. He's a fucking cheat. And it's like, where's the repercussions from the UFC? You've injured our heavyweight world champion with illegal moves. He should be fucking suspended for this. There should be penalties to his pay. There needs to be a way to stop fighters from doing this. If you penalize him financially, then he's going to have a reason not to fucking do it anymore. If anything, now Cyril Gane's being celebrated as, oh, he really stuck it on Tom Aspinall. Did he? Fuck, he ran like hell and fucking cheated.
We found a video of basically from that first round with Gane's sort of finger pokes. Just want you to watch it if you can see, and just sort of explain what's going on.
There you go. Every time he's trying to catch him in the eyes. Every fucking time. Disgusting, man. Imagine that. 4, 5, 6, absolute disgrace. And you know what? Like, I really will never understand, you know, these MMA fans who are like praising Cyril Gane and kicking Aspinall while he's injured from this cowardly shit. But then I don't understand why people worship Jon Jones in the first place. Like, the guy had his own kids ring the cops on him because he busted his wife open. He's a piece of shit. In every walk of life, people would look at that and go, that's a piece of shit move. And yet in MMA, he's the fucking hero. And Tom Aspinall, a man who will never, ever be in that situation, and I'm fucking saying that now, lovely person, real great guy, he's the one they're all fucking hating on. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
My thoughts on him, I think he's a big cheater. I think that, look at all his fights.
Let go of the cage! Let go of the cage!
It's over now.
What a jab.
Yes, he did.
Junior Joe Santos set now. Is it double?
MMA referees are basically useless on like, what the fuck am I watching here? This man is a massive cheater.
Even Jon Jones himself, even the GOAT himself said before he fought him that Cyril Gane's a cheater and uses dirty tactics.
I've noticed in a lot of Cyril Gane's fights, he hits people in the back of the head quite a bit, and I didn't want any type of dirty play happening on such a big night.
Blue, Jon Jones is in black.
He literally nutshotted Jon Jones, for fuck's sake. This guy is a piece of shit, man.
I mean, he had Tom bloodied up, and you know, Tom didn't want to continue in the fight. So, who gives a shit?
Well, listen, I didn't continue. I'll tell you why I didn't continue. Because I'm not a f***ing dummy. Like, I'm not going to go out there and fight one of the best strikers in the world if I can't see.
With double vision.
With any eye.
Funny old thing. Would you recommend driving without being able to see? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. Fighting with a skilled big heavyweight in front of you who knows exactly how to knock people out for a living, probably also not recommended then.
I know, as an MMA fighter, look, things are going to happen in the fight that compromise you. Go back and watch my fight with Arlovsky. At the end of the first round, he punched me right in the eyeball.
Final 20 seconds of the first round. Oh! Right from Arlovsky.
Just a second. Is that Tom Aspinall not quitting there when he gets an injury? Turns out he's not a quitter then. Yeah.
If you get double eye poked in both eyes and you've got no vision because of a foul, why should I carry on so some dummy can look and say, oh yeah, Tom just got knocked out? Because I ain't going to fight if I can't see anything because of a foul. If it's a little illegal move, we have to fight through it. That's what we do as fighters. But when it's a foul, why am I going to put my health at risk when I can't see?
And that's exactly right, isn't it? Because all these guys who are currently calling him a quitter, if he didn't, you know, say, I can't see and I literally can't do this right now, if he didn't make that sensible and necessary call, he would have gone out there, got chinned, and they'd have said, say he's shit. I told you he's shit. They'd be just digging him out for something else. Whereas this way, go away, hopefully, his fucking eyes recover, go back in there, starch this motherfucker, and show people what the fuck you are. The best heavyweight in the world.
So you're not too happy then on what the president of the organisation is saying towards it?
Well, what do you think?
I think Tom's response of what do you think is the nicest possible response to a really shitty comment. And I think Dana owes him an apology there. Really, really does. Because maybe he didn't mean to word it that way. A lot of people, me included, think, is that anything to do with the fact that Tom's dad kind of said we might be going to boxing later? You know how Dana can be when he feels like people are not invested in the long term in the UFC. But I think that the relationship could be very much sorted out very quickly by Dana just saying, look, I shouldn't have worded it in a way that made it come across like you made a decision there and that it wasn't a genuine, impossible thing for you to overcome. Apologies. That's fine. That's done. But in the world of fighting, it just feels like people don't do that enough. Us men need to talk. Like, do you know what I mean? It's weird. Just apologize. I think considering the way Tom has been treated by the UFC, by these so-called MMA fans, he's handling this with a lot of class, which I've kind of come to expect from him now, given the way he's held himself from day one. But this should be fuel for the fire inside of him to really come back and make a strong statement when he is okay, if he is okay. And actually, there's one little clip that I've just come across that kind of gives me the impression that there's a mental change going on here.
When I come back, there is no more Mr. Nice Guy. Nice Tom. When it comes to MMA, he's gone. And I'm going full bad guy, I think.
That's what we like to hear. Because Tom's always been a bit too nice. And now he needs to really start throwing his fucking weight around a bit and acting like I'm the undisputed UFC heavyweight world champion. I'm the baddest man on the planet. And people like Cyril Gane, Jon Jones, treat them with the disrespect that they deserve. And to be honest, Cyril Gane the most, because what he did, it could have ruined his whole fucking life. He might never have seen his own children again. The way he's been damaged here, the level of damage that we're talking about and what it's being compared to, Cyril Gane was willing to just do whatever it took. He didn't give a fuck. But he wasn't willing to let Tom Aspinall get close to him, ironically. An exchange with him, was he? And that's exactly what Tom Aspinall needs to do in the rematch. When you watch that fight back, you see Cyril Gane is wanting to stay as far away from Tom for as long as humanly possible. And that, for me, is showing you exactly how to beat him. Don't let him do that next time. I understand Tom's a smart fighter. He wants to feel his way in. You'll hit him with a low kick. You'll exchange jabs with him. But really, I think Cyril's shown you exactly how to beat him. Get up close and personal and throw some fucking hard fucking punches straight in his fucking face and stick it right on him. And yes, there's jabs coming. But his level of fear of Tom and the power of Tom is just giving the whole game plan away for that rematch, in my opinion. He doesn't believe in his ability to trade on the inside. He does not believe in it. And I'm willing to bet when that happens in the rematch, mark my words, he's going down, and it's going down quickly. But what do I know? Maybe those podcaster guys are right. Maybe Tom just didn't want to be there. Oh, what a load of shite. Anyway, hit the like button if you haven't already. Stay subscribed to The Pain Game, and I'll see you on the next one.